And here we are, in the blink of an eye. Shall we take stock of our surroundings?
Looking for aught in particular?
If I were your master, I'd not leave this unread.
Let's have a look then. Materials, eh? I shan't deny, they have their uses.
What's going on? Wrong. They have my best beginner new.
Would that I knew more of this world's. Some skills can only be honed on the battlefield.
Ah, Arisen. You yet live. I suspected as much, given that your pawn still remains. One might hypothesize that your pawn is sustained by your vital essence. Or perhaps something more. In any case, we ought to apprise one another of the situation. Is there aught you would know? Indeed. Then I shall take my turn. In your absence, I had hoped your pawn might yield me some information. But as you have returned, I would hear the truth from your lips. Tell me, Arisen, what became of you this past month? So, following your plunge into the sea on the dragon's back, some mysterious presence reached out to you. Could that have been the World Forged? Yet why would such a being linger in those fathomless depths? I can only speculate, and speculate I shall. This ought to prove a fruitful avenue of investigation. For that I thank you. Now, if you can find a way to end this interminable slumber, your pawn is, of course, free to rejoin you.
Oh, Master. How long I've slept? Far too long, it seems. But worry not. Now that I'm awake, I shall follow wherever you lead.
Water is nigh invisible in this gloom.
So you're here, are you? Now that I think of it, I do seem to recall Lord Phasus lamenting that he be reduced to aiding you. But it matters not. Both he and I are too rushed off our feet to care for such trivialities. We seek to devise some means of forestalling these dragons' attacks from above, you see. If you've an interest in helping us fight this battle, perhaps you will join us on Volcanic Island. 'Tis all the same, either way. This world needs no Arisen to save it. Such is Lord Phasus' creed and mine.
Our research shall save the world entirely.
Hang in there, Master. I'm coming to assist. You've been doused in oil. You must steer clear of fire.
Must we run everywhere? You are an impatient one, Arisen.
Let us endeavor to keep up, though we are less fleet of foot.
You'll not live to regret this!
No longer do I feel the probing gaze of the Watching One. I am he who brought the dragon low, and o'er its bones raised the proud kingdom of Vernworth. Despite the magnitude of my feat, I was dissatisfied, and sought ere greater heights, till at last I ruled the world entire. Thus did I come to know of the Watching One. The being by whose many eyes and ears no one or thing in this world goes unobserved. As to the purpose with which they watch, I know not, yet I did divine one thing. This world has lain neath the Watching One's unwavering gaze ere the dawn of its history. I despaired at this discovery, for if all is but a stage, did that not render my hard-won glories, my throne astride the world, mere spectacles for the all-seeing eye to watch? Aye, 'twas all a farce, and I, the fool, exulting in my wooden crown. Do you understand, newest of the Arisen? This is why I sought to fell the Watching One. Alas, though I cut down all who seemed false, be they man or woman, human or beastman, young or old, I did not succeed. Indeed, my efforts led only to my own ruin. I was dubbed the Mad Sovereign, and by the hand of a new arisen, consigned to this place forevermore. Yet, I can only assume that you have achieved what I could not. How else to explain the changes I sense in the world? Ah, what bitter gall that I cannot witness the outcome for myself. Falter not, newest of the arisen, for your path is just. And fading spirit though I am, I may yet summon those who can be of aid to you.
I see you have returned, Arisen One. The Mad Sovereign has called, and so we answer. If you would save the people of this world from ruin, lead them here. For this place may chance to escape the coming destruction.
I imagine the people of this world will welcome the tidings that there is a place of refuge awaiting them.
It's no great shock to me.
We've made it then. What's our first order of business, Arisen?
Well met.
You've pushed your luck too far.
I'll not take that from you.
Pray calm yourselves, good people. I will have none of this squabbling.
So, Manella, you don't understand. This scoundrel's the one who started it.
No, you don't understand. This is no time for the people of Bakbattahl to be quarrelling amongst themselves. We shan't weather this calamity unless we can recall our common purpose and unite our efforts towards it. Ah, Sir Arisen. You are returned, I see. With the world in such disarray, I could not stand to be away from my homeland. Thus did I return, to render what aid I may. I maintain order as best I can, but for every fire I extinguish, it seems 3 more are incited behind my back. But enough of my woes. What brings you here? You wish us to evacuate? Mayhap the idea merits some thought. After all, if we sit on our haunches, 'tis likely only a matter of time before we share the fate of man. Alas, the people of Bakbattahl are far from united in purpose at present. Should we proceed, unheeding of their divisions, I fear that our efforts would come undone ere long. With every soul at their wits' end, conflict is like to spark at the slightest provocation. As such, before we take any measures, I would have you walk amongst the people, Sir Arisen. Behold their plight with your own eyes, and should you encounter any discord, pray do aught you can to resolve the people's quarrels and assuage their fears. Such efforts will doubtless allow the evacuation to proceed all the more smoothly. As for me, my work here is far from done. Let us part ways for now, and reconvene when you have accomplished all you can.
'Tis no mere tavern brawl we are to mediate, Master. Due caution is advised, methinks.
I suppose 'tis so.
just riding on your father's coattails.
You slander my honor, sir! This is no business of yours! Begone!
Now, Narborough, let's not be too hasty. If we are to duel, we ought to have a witness. Otherwise, who's to say the victor fought with honor?
Aye, true enough. Without a witness, either of us could simply kill the other, then disavow the use of any underhandedness. Well, sir, what say you? Will you watch over us while I take this scoundrel to task? You have my gratitude, sir. Let us delay no further. Come, Scario. Prepare yourself.
Have at you! How dare you interrupt a battle between honorable opponents?
Such humiliation shan't go unanswered. Prepare yourself, sir.
Let us guide the people to the souffle. Fine. Red clouds seem to be less abundant thereabouts.
Still, it is easier said than done.
You dared to interrupt our duel, but were so craven you required an entourage? Have you no honor? You're not worthy of witnessing our battle.
Indeed. I care for this farce no longer. I'm off.
I was most surprised when you intervened in their duel. Did you aim to temper their pride by proving neither your equal?
Mayhap 'twas somewhat overdone, but no matter.
I've had well enough of your nitpicking.
I reckon the world would be better off without you.
Oi, you! Don't go poking your nose in our business. This is between us.
Aye, leave off or we'll make you.
Oh, I hope you weren't expecting mercy.
Have you lost your bloody mind?
Reckon you can just cut us down in the street? What's the matter with you? Eh? Fine, fine. We'll set our squabble aside for today, so bother us no more.
I've wares aplenty, as you can see.
Well met.
Oi! I saw it first. Trust a flea-ridden hide to take it all for himself.
Why must I share with a fangless one? This is no more your food than Bakbattahl is your land.
You there! You couldn't have come at a better time. Put this upstart in his place for me, won't you? Go on, lay into it. If that's what you think, why don't you mind your own business?
Aye, clear off. Pretty words shan't fill our bellies.
That's quite enough.
You said it's bad to hurt people. Please, let this be a bad dream.
Oi, leave my kid alone.
What's that you've got? Why, 'tis half rotten. Do you mean to poison my child?
I say we call a truce while we put paid to this scoundrel.
Aye, agreed. A menace like this oughtn't be left to roam the streets.
Fie, that hurts! We're done for. I ne'er stood a chance.
Things appear to have quieted down around the city. Shall we bring word of our doings to Summonella?
'Tis as you say.
Ah, Sir Arisen. In less pressing circumstances, I would take issue with your methods. But I cannot deny your efficacy. The people of Bakbattahl are beginning to see that they must stand together if they are to survive this calamity. We shall see the fruits of your labors when the time comes to evacuate. At the very least, we need not expect too much opposition to the announcement. Pray, return to Empress Nadinia and apprise her of your doings. I must remain here to ensure no further squabbles arise. Heavens only know how many lives you have saved this day. I hope you will accept this humble reward for your efforts.
What say we report back to Empress Nadine? Her Majesty ought to be willing to commence the evacuation now.
No quarrel here.
Few are privy to the goings-on in the Forbidden Magic Research Lab, even among the...
Her Majesty has begun her supplications. None may see her ere they conclude.
Stay your hand, Vera. This one may pass. Come hither. We would speak with you.
I must confess.
We must needs do aught within our power. One of our ministers informs us that you have been espied in the city, resolving the people's troubles. You have our gratitude for your efforts, which have doubtless bettered the fate of this nation and its citizenry. Your journey continues, does it not? We wish you good fortune on your travels, wheresoe'er they may take you. Yet, ere we part ways, we would make another request of you. It regards Lord Phaesus. Though we have implored the man to join the evacuation, he has staunchly refused to leave this land behind. We thought that he might be more inclined to heed your words, as our own have fallen on deaf ears. Would you be willing to call on him in our stead? Of course, you are free to decline if our proposal is an unwelcome one.
Pray excuse the interruption, Your Majesty, but I fear time is upon us. I would see you prepared for the road ahead.
Indeed. Forgive us, but we must take our leave. Farewell.
Bakbattahl and the rest town are now safely evacuated. I am certain we can rely upon Simonella to keep the peace.
Not bad, all things considered.
You saw the sky fall, I trust. I doubt you could have missed it. And wherever the sky falls, a dragon soon appears to lay waste to the land. Or so I had assumed, after what befell Melv. Yet aught here appears to be different. Has our ruin been forestalled, or merely postponed? I must examine that creature. It may well be the key to unraveling the origins of this cataclysm.
Something like a wall of light impedes our progress. Tis most... Many paths are closed to us now, on account of the dragon's descent, no doubt. But we must find a way to reach it.
Confound this obstruction. But I suppose I ought to have expected this. Answers were ne'er so easily won. Monsters! Summoned by that beast, no doubt.
You'll not live to regret this.
How do you fare? Hey, and not a moment's rest. Oh.
One more move, hydrant.
Principles unproven are as dust on the wind. It seems this is the only way forward. Up we go. Without sacrifice. Why do you falter? Come this way. A fine welcome indeed. I can only hope that the worst is now behind us.
shall see to it this does not happen again.
This is positively monstrous. This can't be how it ends. This can't be how it ends.
Few know the real nature of the dragon. The beast's fell powers are twice as terrible in the flesh. Truly impartial observers can see. Have I really uncovered the truth of the dragon?
We must make haste. The red clouds draw ever near.
Let us begin with the place most likely to be marked for destruction.
My theories on manifesting the dragon have worked. There it is! The dragon at the heart of all this destruction.
see to it this does not happen again.
What a singular creature. Is this what called the monsters forth? I should like to capture it and bring it back to the lab. There is much that might be learned from it. Why did you destroy it? The secrets we might have learned. Never mind. You've your charge, 'tis true, and the fiends appear to be falling back. But I trust you won't object if I take a sample of its remains. After all, your role is to save this world, and mine is to pursue its secrets. Though this land has seemingly been spared its destruction, there is no guarantee of safety. The oceans yet cloud the skies, and monsters swarm in ever greater numbers. As 'twill be difficult to continue my research under such conditions, I have decided to evacuate. I only hope that this sanctuary of yours will prove more conducive to my work.
And here we are, in the blink of an eye. Shall we take stock of our surroundings? Was in truth a dragon.
Your Majesty, how glad I am to see you safe. Where have you been this past month? The end of the world? Are things truly so dire? Though, I am aware of the dragon attack on Melv. We received word that naught but a smoking ruin remains. 'Twas a tragedy, and I would not see it repeated. However, without a clear path, we and the Guard shall be hard-pressed to forestall the impending crisis. You would have me evacuate the city? Ever since the fall of Melv, the citizens of Vernworth have lived in fear that their homes are next to be assailed. If there is safe harbor to be found elsewhere, I believe we have naught to lose by seeking sanctuary. But I doubt I could convince the people of this city to abandon their homes, however terrified they may be. Methinks your Majesty would do better to ask this of the Regent King. After the false sovereign vanished and the world was altered, His Grace has been the one keeping order here in Vermont. If the people will heed anyone, 'tis him.
'Tis admirable how Regent King Sven has taken up command of the kingdom. We would be remiss not to offer him our aid.
Might as well take a look while you're here, eh? Stop by again soon.
I sleep on my woes, mayhap they'll go. Oft we forget.
Perhaps this will seem of little consequence, but standing here, I cannot help but recall our first visit to Vernworth. Do you remember it as well as I, Master? To think I would come to be so attached to these streets. Have no fear, Master. I'll fare all right without you for a little while.
'Tis not our place to hurry the Arisen.
Mayhap I'll come here when I've a day to myself.
So you've come. I'm glad to see you. Captain Brandt has already apprised me of your proposal, a full-scale evacuation of the citizenry. Truth be told, I had reached the same conclusion. So long as we cower within these walls, we must live in fear of going the way of Melv. My ministers have approved the plans, and I have petitioned the encampment survivors and the Thieves' Guild for aid. The only remaining obstacle is my mother. She has set herself stubbornly against any such flight. I have tried to make her see reason, but of late she has taken to shutting herself in her chambers. However, I fear that my position permits me to entertain her fancy no longer. I must put the needs of the common folk before her selfish whims. Now, there are a few matters I must attend to before we can evacuate, and I would fain welcome your assistance. We will require several ox carts to carry the sick and aged out of the city. Might I prevail upon you to petition the merchant at the ox cart station in the west of the city for their use? You may assure him that the royal treasury will foot any and all expenses.
Such peace.
Stay out of the battle where it possible.
Can't afford to retire.
Sooner my duties against you, the better.
Is all of this it? All this patrol doesn't come from my shop.
Life is full of chances. What's to be done about this?
Not sure why I patrol it.
I could see myself.
Somehow my feet always
As long as I get my gold, who takes the carts is no concern of mine. His Grace is welcome to them.
We have chartered the ox guards as requested. 'Tis a pleasant change for things to go so smoothly, eh, Master?
Not a bad idea. We shall wait here till your business is done.
This sort of quiet
Mother, I must beg your forgiveness. I believed that you desired to make me sovereign solely for your own benefit. Yet in truth, You sought to better the lot of our people.
Ah, but I would have benefited. And handsomely at that. Besides, I cannot deny that I was proud. I wished to see my own son on the throne, and no other.
Even so, I cannot help but feel that all of this could have been avoided. Had I only been more attentive, if I had but better known your heart, I could have shared in your burdens. You would not have had to suffer alone, and perhaps together, we could have walked a better path.
Oh, Sven.
Mother, I beg you, join the evacuation. You need not fall with this city. I would not see you take your crimes wholly on your own shoulders. That weight is as much mine to bear as 'tis yours.
My son, you truly would make a fine and goodly ruler. Your kindness will save many lives. Of that I have no doubt.
Ah, you've returned. How fares your procurement of those carts? You do? My thanks. That puts paid to the last of our preparations. I will inform the citizenry forthwith.
You have my gratitude.
All seems well here. I only pray my watch finishes without incident.
They wish they were in my boots.
Mayhap I'll come here and update us. Well, this is no good. Can't let myself get distracted.
My body's not forgiven me for last night's scuffle.
Ought to stock some armor. Time being as they are.
Come to think of it, some masters rearrange their party at the drop of a hat. One such arisen dismissed me after only half a day of service.
I'll be sure to keep that in mind.
What is it? What has happened to your magic? I hope you weren't expecting that. It was most effective. an opportunity to retreat, I say we take it. It's hardly cowardice to no opportunity to begin with.
Take care where you place your feet. A sharp incline is as like to throw us off balance as 'tis our enemies. Find a way to keep it from seeing lest we be faced with an unending horde.
Thou makes burn willingly. What say we liberate them?
Do not waste this chance. We must press home our advantage.
A moment of victory is at hand. Let us finish this.
Understood. So formidable as this.
We were unprepared for such a struggle.
Stout undead! Smell them a league away!
There it will be an only light above all else.
too slow.
No! The Arisen has been poisoned! So close a call.
I am grateful to you, Arisen.
Not even Vernworth is safe from the call of destruction. Now we face a foe no less ruthless than Bakbattahl.
Way long enough. What stage demonstrates the strength of our unbending resolve. Advances halted. This reprieve may be a temporary one, but I am glad for it all the same.
Fer morfin in Tarma. A fer pella in Minisvarn.
Ronde Minita.
Ayolot Ronde Militar. Is this a challenge, Arisen, to see who can keep pace?
No time to catch your breath.
My friend, how glad I am to see you yet live. When word reached me of your uncanny disappearance, I admit I feared the worst. What has become of this world? Our people fear for the future. We cannot be sure we will be safe here. Yet this place is all we know. All we have. You think we need to evacuate? I see. And you know of a place where we might find refuge? I should gladly follow you, but I fear my father will not be so easily persuaded. Nonetheless, we can but try. Come.
As arborist, Sir Taliesin is the leader of the elven people. Let us follow our guide, that we might speak with him.
It is as you say.
Findelnar, ne veo norwende lis kemen, moriven lis irumar meltol metara.
Kasinke telpe nun finaler, nun mor arta her. Fionar elwe arfarne nenwen sur orne, I avstir lalastar, nun falasmir magananon?
Mornambue roth enfane avasilmines fana. Nevea tara morevin, lis fa aldakar kemen rose oi andil, kemen rose elame mor orne arenka liasur? Lia morevin onduiroth mine falis ne kenalien martir, palan venis in heranon eluisoronne eruor.
Nun lis amanda kill angadur fenor.
Kemen rose andil soron russa ne karilm ilarato. Ne chiamenran en firiav las estir. E llame via angamar en aldaya. Moretele erando morivun telume?
Findelnar, morivin les charmenan? Nefa oyo sur. Airando vanitol malantar. Minas vana teralia.
Alcarwa fir nun eldaya. Ane martir tindome ingarina fa alme Alcarwa. Sorne an fameltor. Vanelin huror soron. Kasinke telpe nun finaler. Lera nefir heranon. Anne arta her firnis. Nun is amanda kil.
That man's head is harder than the arbor heart's trunk. Let's demonstrate the cutting. Resilience and prove him mistaken.
I cannot begin to fathom what happened during our time apart. Although I was wholly unconscious, I could still feel you, Arisen, like a heartbeat, warm and constant. And so my faith in our bond remains steadfast.
Glad as this reunion is, it must have been a shock to find the world so changed upon your waking.
My heart is light as a feather. After that exchange.
Halan Ostolintan.
Ilmen Arenfanne.
Kasinke telpi nun finaler. Lera nefir heranon, anne artaher firnis. Eidalia anandor, nun lintan. Heror anne oia fermor, anendune falumtena?
Nenamboe javstir uru findelnar. Liateren ayale. Kemen ros uru neteren, neromen anartelpe minasfana.
Luintarmi kinalen meltol, parante lume an lis, ne meltol linkan aldagar, an fir nun fiamur.
Palan hjarmenran, lis fa arnefane. Elorato ala, nun mor arta her. Firnis an erumar isilrod eteller, lera aetena. Nenwen mor aiwanon, Alcarwa fir nun eldaya menelume sur carilm, iavstir lalastar. Nun falasmir malananon?
I thank you, friend. It would be no exaggeration to say that you have saved my people.
Your fight continues, does it not? Be well, and come back safe.
I've a thought to share myself. There was something very queer about that dragon.
If 'tis the strike it down, no matter the cost.
Strike hard enough, and we might not have to do this twice.
Strike fast and true, and our quarry shall fall. As if the Arbor had long to tread these woods. It would sadden them to see it defiled by this creature.
This will be enough to forestall the Red Cloud's advance for a while. We've arrived well enough. Where to next?
Ah, I remember you. What brings you to the encampment? 'Tis a miracle you're still alive. Though I dare say that's true of all of us. Oh? You believe we ought to evacuate? Well, you've traveled far indeed to deliver these tidings. Farther, I dare say, than anyone would go for the sake of an idle jest. If we must leave, we shall have to begin preparations at once. But I think we're a bit short on hands to attend to all that must be done. In fact, there's a rather delicate matter that I could use some help with. A blacksmith and his wife dwell on the encampment outskirts. Might you escort them here, so that they can join the evacuation? The smith, Gustava, is a man of good sense. But as for his wife, well, suffice to say, Cleuna has always been a contentious sort. She'd have naught to do with us, given the choice, and isn't likely to take kindly to the arrival of any of my knights on her doorstep. I can only hope that she will be more willing to listen to you, a third party, as to her. And while you're taking care of that, I will see to it that the encampment is made ready to depart with all due haste.
I remember the... blacksmith and his lady wife well. I only hope we can convince them to join the evacuation.
It is as you say.
Wish me to return? At once, Master.
It would not be unwelcome for an ally to appear for once.
We fight. To arms.
No quarrel here.
Feast your eyes on this!
Hang in there, Master! I'm coming to assist!
This boulder looks mighty heavy. but we might just be able to move it if we combine our efforts.
A firm push is what's needed here.
We mustn't allow ourselves to become complacent. Take each trial as it comes.
You'll not live to regret this.
I thought I'd met my end. My thanks to you, Arisen. While in another world, I happened upon a treasure chest rather close by here. Perhaps I could show you the way.
Hold fast, Arisen! I will be with you in but a moment.
Well now, whatever brings you here? These are perilous times to be wandering about. You'd have us evacuate with the encampment? I am touched by your kindness, friend, but we'll manage on our own. I couldn't bear to be pressed in among those crowds.
Now, I'll hear none of that. I'll see you to safety, my dear, come hell or high water. Besides, I should hope this good soul has earned your trust by now. Helped me out of a tight spot on more than one occasion, if you'll recall. After all that goodwill and the long trek out here to warn us, we'd seem mighty ungrateful, turning our back on another helping hand extended only in kindness.
Oh, very well, my love, if you insist. It seems we'll be accepting your offer after all, friend. Would you be so kind as to escort us to our destination?
Let us see our charges to the encampment. But be mindful. The path seems much changed since last we walked it.
A resounding success. Will someone not explain what is happening?
Who would wish for such a calamity? I refuse to let this be the end of things.
Hobgoblin!
Lightning has an electrifying potential against this one.
Nicely done.
Nice of you to say so.
Well I shan't allow any further harm.
Arisen. I should have expect.
Tis a chest. I shall take a look inside.
Uncommon materials can be found here, methinks.
Well spotted. Shall we see what we can find?
I've a pressing duty to which I'm...
In my line of business, patience is key.
I will see to it that the law is upheld.
Mind? Would you be so kind as to escort the blacksmith?
Well, here we are. How long before the evacuation begins, I wonder?
Would you find Ser Ernesto and tell him we've arrived? Let him know that we'll wait here till the time comes.
Sir, I implore you to reconsider. Surely you can see that the situation is dire.
How many times must I say it? I'll not be ordered about. Not by ye, not by anyone. Now bugger off and leave me alone.
Ah, good. You're back. I'm afraid there's another matter for which I must beg your assistance. It concerns the fellow I was just speaking with. Sir Lamond, his name is. The man's something of a regular at our hot springs. I sought him out to tell him of the evacuation, but he has flatly refused to join us. I must confess, I'm at a loss as to how I might convince him. Could I prevail upon you to try your hand? At this point, methinks anything I say will fall on deaf ears.
Perhaps we might speak with this Sir Lamond. The evacuation effort stands to benefit from another pair of hands.
Understood.
I've a duty to attend to, as 'twere.
It takes a strange ilk to elect to dwell in such hinterlands as these.
Indeed. Vermund feels a world away.
Aye? What would ye of me? Not this again. I'm here to live my life as I see fit. I'll not be ordered about by anyone, cuz. You got that? Aye. I know those two. Good people. But I don't see why I should have to be the one responsible for them. Why don't ye do it? If they mean so much to ye. Oi! I heard out your request. Kindly bugger off and leave me in peace.
Sir Lamont has refused to lend his aid, and it seems there's little hope of changing his mind. Let us inform Sir Ernesto.
A disappointment, to be sure.
So, Sir Lamond is not to be convinced. 'Twould have eased my mind to have him join us, but I suppose the hour of our departure is almost upon us. 'Twill be slow going, no doubt. We have wounded whom we must accommodate. Yet, come what may, I swear to see them all to safe harbor.
moves! Though what impelled it, I cannot say. Go forth, tell us. May you strike down any dragon in your path.
The statue came alive again.
I sense no hostility from it. Let us see what it aims to achieve ere we act against it. It appears we found a ballista.
see you do not relent. Your persistence is most intriguing. What is it that impels you, I wonder? Alas, would that the world had not come to this, for I am certain that your tale would have been a glorious one, yet 'twas not to be. You need only cast your gaze upward to glimpse the futility of your deed.
And here we are, in the blink of an eye. Shall we take stock of our surroundings?
worlds uncountable created, only to be snuffed out like candles by the cold breath of oblivion. Eventually, the Great Wheel tired of witnessing this. It sought to overturn oblivion by granting unto it a role, a duty, an identity. I speak of the dragon. By the Great Will does the dragon create a cycle, allowing it to forestall the end of this world time and time again. Yes, Larissa, this world has been safeguarded by the dragon all along. You yourself were chosen to form a part of this cycle. The Arisen is selected by the Great Will to play the role of the dragon's counterpart. That is how this world is built. The dragon serves to continue the cycle, and the Arisen exists to oppose it. This is the true meaning of the dragon's oath. Once everyone in this world had a role to play. For a well-crafted tale has no excess. There must be a reason for each character's inclusion. Yet, this means that should even one of these characters stray from their assigned role, the tale entirely is the choice you have made, Listen. By rejecting your own duty in this world, you have robbed all others of the chance to fulfill roles that they will assign. The pawns are no exception. Born of nothing, they were granted the role of aiding in the perpetuation of the cycle. Yet, bereft of the dragon, that role has been unwritten. Only nothingness.
Tis clear to me now, Arisen. I am no longer a mere vessel. Your great will has imbued me with a lesser will of my own. Will is power. 'Tis the means to shape the world as one desires. Oblivion fades. This tale's end has been unwritten. My heart, it aches. A new world comes. A new tale is set to unfold. Yet, it seems I will not be there to watch it.
as day